The role of education has long been to cultivate young minds, encourage critical thinking, and equip students with the tools necessary to navigate an increasingly complex world. At its core, education is about fostering intellectual curiosity, developing reasoning skills, and promoting evidence-based understanding. However, in recent years, we have seen a disturbing trend in which religious ideology is being forced into public school curricula, often at the expense of scientific literacy and critical thinking. This conflation of faith-based beliefs with academic instruction poses a significant risk, not only to the quality of education, but also to the intellectual development of future generations. Public education, ideally, operates on a foundation of empirical knowledge that is supported by evidence, rigorous testing, and peer review. This is particularly critical in subjects like biology, physics, and environmental science, where understanding the natural world and its processes is vital to solving real-world problems. Evolutionary biology, for instance, is not merely a theoretical concept. It underpins modern medicine, agriculture, and environmental conservation. It is a field supported by centuries of scientific inquiry and has been integral to advancements in understanding everything from genetics to climate change. However, in regions where creationism or other religious ideologies are inserted into science curricula, students are often left with a diluted version of scientific facts. Presenting religious doctrine as an alternative to evolutionary theory, for example, creates a false equivalence between faith and science. It teaches students that empirical evidence and untestable beliefs are equally valid in explaining the natural world. This is not only misleading, but dangerous. The purpose of education is to teach how to think, not what to think. And that critical or crucial distinction is eroded when religious dogma enters the classroom under the guise of education. One of the most troubling consequences of introducing religion into public education is the impact on critical thinking. Critical thinking, the ability to analyze information, evaluate evidence, and form reasoned conclusions, is essential for success in both personal and professional life. In an era of misinformation and digital overload, students must be able to distinguish fact from fiction, and they must be equipped to approach complex issues, whether in science, politics, or ethics, with a reasoned and open-minded perspective. When religious instruction is mandated in schools, it often discourages the very skills education seeks to promote. Faith-based teachings, by their nature, rely on unquestioning belief rather than evidence or debate. Students are encouraged to accept information based on authority rather than inquiry. This is antithetical to the scientific method, which demands questioning, testing, and constant revision of ideas in light of new evidence. By promoting faith over reason, we risk producing generations of students who are less equipped to engage critically with the world around them. The introduction of religious content into public school education has been shown to negatively affect academic performance. Students have consistently demonstrated that countries and regions with secular, science-focused curricula outperform those that emphasize religious instruction in subjects such as mathematics, science, and reading comprehension. In these contexts, students are encouraged to engage in material critically without the constraints of dogma limiting their intellectual exploration. In the United States, for instance, there has been considerable debate over whether schools should teach creationism alongside evolution in the classroom. Research indicates that students from states where creationism is included in the curriculum often score lower on standardized tests in science and exhibit weaker problem-solving skills compared to their peers in regions with strictly secular science education. The disparities reflects the broader consequences of prioritizing religious ideology over empirical knowledge. Students are deprived of skills they need to succeed in higher education and the workforce. Moreover, the global economy increasingly requires individuals who can think creatively, analyze data, and solve complex problems. These are not skills nurtured by religious instruction, which often presents a fixed worldview and discourages questioning of established beliefs. In an environment where faith-based teachings take precedence over evidence-based education, students are not only left behind academically, but are also ill-prepared to face the challenges of an interconnected, rapidly changing world. Beyond the academic consequences, there are significant social implications to forcing religion into public education. Public schools serve diverse populations, with students from a wide range of religious, cultural, and ideological backgrounds. Mandating religious instruction in school settings can create a sense of exclusion and division among students who do not share the dominant faith tradition being taught. It risks alienating those who may hold different beliefs or who come from non-religious families, leading to a climate of intolerance and division in what should be an inclusive, secular environment. In democratic societies, public education is intended to be a unifying force, bringing students together regardless of their personal backgrounds. Forcing religion into schools undermines this goal by introducing sectarianism into the classroom. Instead of fostering mutual understanding and respect, it risks deepening divisions and fueling conflict over whose beliefs should be represented in the curriculum. This not only distracts from the primary goal of education, imparting knowledge, but also erodes the social fabric of the school community. Religion undoubtedly plays a significant role in many people's lives and can offer valuable ethical and moral teachings. Not really. However, its place is not in public education, where the focus should remain on promoting critical thinking, scientific literacy, and the intellectual growth of the student. Forcing religion into schools undermines the integrity of the educational process, depriving students of the tools they need to navigate an increasingly complex and diverse world. If we are to prepare future generations to meet the challenges of the 21st century, whether in science, technology, or global citizenship, we must protect the separation of church and state in our classrooms. Education must remain a space for inquiry, evidence-based learning, and the pursuit of knowledge, free from the influence of religious dogma. Anything less is a disservice to our students, our society, and our future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post new content. And also, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday evenings, don't forget to catch the Dusty Smith Show, where you can catch myself and several others, and we'll be having a great time, and we'll be checking out the floating cats, and probably doing a little bit of religious BS and some Chud Watch. So come and join us. We'd really appreciate it. Have a great evening, and thank you once again.